Because all you have to do is just buffer to the title screen. Oh wait, no, that's... I feel like that was a lot too late. Like, all you have to do for the no save corruption trainer ID manip is that you just simply hold start from the copyright screen, and then you would just time an A press right to a certain musical cue. And it's also a 4-frame window. I'm basically just doing this until I get the trainer ID manip. Once I get it, I can start a run. And I'll definitely make sure I keep this run up just like I did with the 2 other runs I've done before, namely last week. Also, the Totodile DB thing, like, I know you're not mentioning it, but it's like... The Totodile DB thing is kind of important. Because it lets us see what exactly our Totodile's DVs are, so we can differentiate our, like, goldenrod mark strats and whatever based on our Totodile. And we got it. We got the trainer ID manip. Let's do it. So after 7 resets, we got the manip. Emerald is really odd for shiny odds. I know it's 1 in 8,192, but those are like... I don't know. Like, in terms of Gen 3 and beyond, like, any shiny can have any kind of DV spread. For Gen 2, you have to have a certain DV spread on your Pokemon for it to work. And for Gen 1, you can actually trade into Gen 2 for a shiny if it happens to have the perfect DVs. Gonna save. Because I'm not gonna bother resetting more times for another LID than if I fail this Totodile. Its stats need to be at least 12 attack, 11 defense, 10 it basically 12 attack, 11 defense, 10 special defense and attack, and at least 9 speed for a runnable Totodile. Nope. Its specials are 9. That won't do. It has 9 on both of its specials. That won't do. Nope, that's a female. I can't let that go. You can't do any of these routes with a female Totodile. It won't have any good attacking stats. It'll basically have 11 attack. On top of some other shenanigans. Because a female Totodile will have 0 or 1 attack EVs out of 15. And I think from 0 to 4, Totodile could have 11 attack. Nope, special attack's 9. Otherwise I would have ran that Totodile. Alright. Maybe third Totodile's the charm? Let's see, maybe third try? Or no, I actually did 4. This is actually my 4th try now because did 1 male reset, had a female Totodile, and then I just reset, got a bad male Totodile. Ah, God. It keeps having 9 special attack. There's just one stat that's falling behind on what I actually need for the routes. Both special stats have to be 10 or better. It's possible you could get 10, 11, 11 to 10, maybe even both 11s. That's if you have seriously good DVs, or if you're doing Totodile manip. What would you do if you got a shiny? The chances are way too unlikely. I don't think anybody's ever gotten a shiny starter during run startups. It's perfect. 12, 12, 10, 10, 10. Alright, filling in DVs. And it's 20 HP. Alright, so I kill level 2, I have to get a level 4 after this. Speedruns are the type of run you don't want a shiny. Yeah, you don't want shinies. The amount of times you actually send out your starter in the whole run, it adds up way too much. Also, I got a level 2 Pidgey killed. Now I just need a level 4. So that's... Nope, that's another level 2. I'll just cut through here. Whatever. I need a level 4 on the way back. Before Rival. Like, I'm pretty likely to get a level 4 here. I'm pretty likely. Like so. I'm just gonna Leer because it's a Metapod. And it uses Harden. It doesn't count level 4 Metapods. Does Metapod even have enough experience to make me complete the level up? Picking this Metapod was a mistake. This was a mistake. Yeah, I should have not picked out Metapod. Yep, should I just please crit? I should have not picked Metapod for this one. Oh, it completes the level up, okay. 14, 14... Okay, so I have pretty good attack and defense. That's all I can get from it right now. HP is at 23? Yep, 23. Ah, still getting ambushed. Getting ambushed like this happens to me a lot in No Save Corruption. I usually have to reset runs just because they're just gonna get so many encounters. I mean so many. My PB for No Save Corruption actually has a 5+ minute Mr. Pokemon. And I should pick this up. So I can potentially save time on Faulkner. So I can, if possible, maybe get a green split coming out of Faulkner. Oh, and I'm not good at rapidly tracking DVs. It's just so hard for me to do. I wonder how Let's Go speedruns will work. Well, we're not going to see Nidoking. That's all I know. And Nidoking, and like Nidoran would be perfect because it gets double kicked, but like Nidoran would be freaking perfect if not for the fact that for Brock's gym, you would have to bring in a Bulbasaur or anything that's a grass type. And then again, Pikachu cannot attack Rock. Because, you know, Electric doesn't even, like, Ground completely resists Electric. And same for Rock. So, like, if we could, like, if Nidoran were to be, if male Nidoran were to be worked in, I'd be pretty impressed. Because there's no X accuracy bug like in Gen 1. So, Nidoking would not be able to consistently horn drill everybody. It would still just be, it would be 30% and then add whatever X accuracy would put on top of that. And yeah, Nidoran would learn Double Kick at level 12, correct? At least for yellow games. I'm not supposed to pick up that berry, what the heck am I doing? Whatever. Not a good start to the rival fight. This will be like an 11 double X rival fights. Oh yeah, Pikachu learns Double Kick. Oh my god. Yeah, I forgot about that. They actually gave Pikachu that because not many people are going to think that the Nidoran god himself would actually have Double Kick without a bunch of experimentation. Nice crit. "12, 13, 12. Geez, 11, 14 out of rival. Blah. But you can look at the possible time save. You can see I could pretty much reverse all that. I can reverse all that time save. If this goes good enough. Two-player mode could be used. I think potentially you could use it for like catching legendaries, because like if you can time both players' throws pretty much perfectly, you can do some really, you can like increase the catch rate, which would be pretty good. It'd be pretty good for casual play. Like for casual play, it would be great. But if you want to incorporate that into speedruns, then I'm not sure if I want to consider trying to time attack that game when strats actually start coming about. It'd be pretty questionable. Like, what exactly that could be used for speedruns? Because that would mean probably two-player would have to be on the whole time, which would be kind of stupid. Because it would pretty much have to require two players the whole time, just for, like, potential catching odds. And even then, all the Pokemon you would catch in Gen 1 games for speedruns, which would simply be a Nidoran, a Hem, well, and a Paris or an Oddish or whatever you need. But even then, I don't know how to finish this sentence. I should enable my notes. How many trainers are? I feel like grinding wild Pokemon's pretty much what you would want to do. In fact, at certain Nuzlockes, you'd pretty much do it anyway. I'm just gonna get my notes. I need these. You can only catch them. Oh, this would actually be kind of tough. Since now I'm remembering that, like, you would have to battle by you would have to catch them to gain experience points. See, that's gonna be a bit of a tough decision. How exactly are you gonna be able to level your Pokemon when you can only just interact with 17, 17, 14, 14, 13. 17, 17, 14, 14, 13. Going for it. Alright. Interestingly, there might not be enough of a Pokemon or two dies. You know what I want for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu Eevee? For the sake of grinding, I feel like they should have something like a Versus Seeker that they had in Gen 4. Where you just walk some steps and you can just re-battle a trainer immediately. Like, Versus Seeker, you would have to walk 100 steps, and then every trainer within your range would be battleable again. Need my notes again. Also, I didn't see a Sentret, which means I have to catch a Bellsprout on Route 32. Nice. Okay, so a lot of my stats are actually looking pretty good, considering the DV spread I have that I'm estimating on this. Looking pretty good. I had to save before this one because I wanted to make sure I'd actually get this. Because I'm not confident wanting to risk everything just to have to go do like 10 more resets for LID meetup to work again. 2020s. I'm not going to save here. I'm at full HP, so I should be okay. I should be okay here. Full HP. I could put the berry on me just to make it even more safe, but how much more safe do I have to make it? Okay, 9 HP DVs. So that means... Oh boy, I actually have a good estimate for DVs. It literally just completed everything else for the DV guessing. And that's if I did this accurately enough those should be my DVs. Especially when I level up after this Pikachu, so then I'll get a good guess to see where I'm at. Because it's only trying to decide my speed stat. So since everything else is pretty much estimated, let's see what the speed is. Oh yeah, everything syncs up. I'm not gonna sub 20 on the... I'm not gonna sub 20 with the way I split, but 1956 fade out. 20 flat with first try Faulkner. See? Told you I could green split out of that. Honestly, my Totodile stats are good and are okay, except for the speed stat. Since it's leaning on 6 or 8, that means I'd have to kind of do something about the stat itself. See if I can work that. In fact, you don't have to look at your DVs. You could just simply look at your base stats and then take all the save stuff without having to worry about DV calculating on the fly. But even then, you'd want to do it, especially when you start getting to like more optimized runs, so you and everyone can see exactly what the DVs are on your Totodile. If you're not manipulating the Totodile, which if you are doing manipulation with RNG, it will always have the hexadecimal DVs F, D, D, and F, which would equate to 15 attack. It would equate to 15 attack, DVs, 13 defense, 13 on both special stats, and 15 on speed. So it would have 13, so it was base attack would be 13. You can only get that if you have 15 attack DVs. Heard himself in confusion. No, don't fade on me. What the heck are you doing? So I should have put on the Bitterberry before this fight. Speed. No. Just one more hit. I am gonna regret this so much. I knew I was gonna regret not having the Bitterberry. What a game. Well, hey, at least I'll have the Bitterberry for the Goldeen fight. So I'm gonna need to touch extra grass so I can get a Bellsprout, since I didn't get a Sentret. I'm gonna keep turn framing here until I see one. Oh! Alright. We found a Bellsprout first try. I don't get this kind of luck in any % no save corruption. What the hell? I never get this in no save corruption. I keep getting first tries on Glitchless, but what the hell? Dude. If I could get this on no save corruption, I would very likely have a 43-minute run by now. God damn it. Oh, there goes Bitterberry. Speed. Okay, so we have 8 speed DVs. So now the DVs are finalized. I don't know why I ever take that shortcut for the spinner pass. In fact, that's just a rotato. Rotators are super easy to get around because they spin around in a specific direction on a set cycle. Okay, I was glad he didn't see me there. So since my DVs are calculated by now, this means I can just simply look at the guides here. I'll just take an occasional looks at my DV stats so I can see what strats I would have to do for Goldenrod Mart. Which if I didn't get... Okay, so if I didn't get a Bellsprout nor a Sentry, I would have to turn frame at the end of Union Cave until I found a Sancho. Which would be really rough. Alright, gotta do 2 passes here. 1... Damn it! I hit like 5 spinners in my PB, keep in mind. Especially some of the ones where you have to pass by them at least 2 or 3 times in the run. Because mainly there's Ernest in the lighthouse where you have to go by him twice. One just to go through the lighthouse, battle some of the trainers in there, and get the rare candy. But then the second time in the Jasmine split where you actually have to go and deliver the secret potion to Jasmine's Ampharos. Or here's the worst thing, I found that Pokemon's name is pronounced Ampharos. I thought it was Ampharos. What the hell, Game Freak? You're telling me this is how we have to pronounce its name? Come on. This happens too much. Yes! So, only 1 spinner so far. I hate that. I hate these troll NPCs. They can just walk in front of your direction and make you have to walk extra steps. I hate that. This is one of the few games where it can actually happen pretty often. I need to check potion count. I have none. So I'm just gonna buy one potion. Four repels? Yeah. I'm level 15, so... Scratch. Okay, so for this fight... I would have to use Water Gun if I have less than 11 attack EVs, and I have 9, so... Water Gun? Duh, I didn't mean to scratch. That was a bad piece of shit. Let's see. Ah, not confused anymore. Good. Hit in this crap. I'll just pick this up for my sake. I was supposed to water gun. I was supposed to water gun that. I'm supposed to still killed anyway. Ow, ow. Yeah, save the turn. Wow, I snapped out turn 1. Rather, I snapped out on the turn after. So, I'm pretty much going to be behind on my splits here. Ah, it almost got him. That almost got him there. Also, with the way I split, I will still be behind. Because I split when the screen fade out, back to Kurt's house begins. As in, it comes after this after the cutscene right on, after Kurt comes in on this cutscene. Like that. I would split like that. Like, some people would just split right after the defeated trainer, but I got my own preferences. Ah, God. Every Pokemon with Supersonic has hit me with Supersonic. Oh, God. Oh my God, I just snapped out again. This Totodile is questionable. He's sort of consistently snapping out of confusion. Paris. Ah, missed the range. No poison though. Yes! Oh boy. One, two, three. So that was 5 rage turns for that one. Hit counts at 4. Five. Alright, Scyther should be a consistent 2-shot. In fact, it would only be a 3-shot if I would get really bad luck with the attacking. But otherwise, you would consistently get a 2-shot with Rage. And if you somehow like crit or whatever, do something or whatever, you could actually just 1-shot Scyther. Level 20! Oh boy. No, that's level 19. Oh, what am I thinking? Am I even gonna save time in this split? Like, I know I kinda YOLO'd the spinner. I might save time here. I'm not gonna gold split, though. Accident, I'm not gonna be in the green here, but... I'm not gonna be in the green. Oh, what? Are you for real? Are you for real? I am just barely ahead of PB. What the fuck? I'm just barely ahead. Okay. Time for one of the worst battles in the game. This is only early game. No, I was supposed to water gun. I'm gonna reset that. I knew I'm always messing something up in this fight. But this is stupid. Hypnosis on turn 1, that pretty much ruins it. So I was supposed to swap Fury Cutter and Scratch. So what I can do is just swap it right here. And then just go water gun. Spikes. Poison powder. That's not good. If she crits, I'm dead. So if she hits this again, I'm dead. Oh, wait, no, I'm good. I'm still alive. Don't do it. Okay. Ugh, I gotta use antidote. So let's see. Far-fetched. This is so stupid for me to mock. So, shaking trees using headbutt. You should use it too. Then he just gives you it. Alright, go put it over rage. Alright. My favorite music in the game. I love this music. This and the Pallet Town Red Edition. Alright, this stuff is just straightforward. Whitney battle is kind of something. I've seen Clefairy try to do some weird stuff with Metronome. Snowball. Snubbull always looks like a bulldog. That grumpy face and everything. That's all I can think of. Let's see what Clefairy's gonna do this time. Spite! No! That is so stupid. And now it's learning Fury Cutter. Oh my god. Since it lowered my Fury Cutter base, I don't know what I'm gonna do in this case. Just it's locked and roll up. Shit. Alright. I'll gold split this. Here we go. Okay, so a lot of this stuff is straightforward until I get to Morty's gym. Ah, it looks like it's so close. That EXP bar looks way too close. Actually leveling up. I'm supposed to go to Game Corner. Shit. Ah, God. What am I doing? Need 200 coins here. So that's 150 and 200. I love this music. Alright, we got the min-up. Use slot 1 and teleport. I'm forgetting how to menu. Whatever. I'm forgetting how to do menus. Okay, here we go. Time for the bell sprout. It wasn't like Squirt Bottle, it attacked. Well, grass is super effective against water. That's BS. But whatever. What am I doing? I keep trying to walk over the place without any relevance. So it's... I just keep saying let's see, and then it's like, I don't follow up with anything. I forgot about that. I keep forgetting. Here. Oh my god. I was going above where I actually needed to walk over. Damn. That's pretty bad punishment. Spites. Again, so they only used Spite this whole time. They could have got me with Nightshade. If anything, I could have been Nightshaded. This fight's really tricky. Because you have to deal with Hypnosis, Curse, Spite, potentially. Like there's Hypnosis, Curse, Spite. And these are pretty... This is a kind of scary fight. Like, this is actually kind of difficult. For beginners, this is pretty hard. Which is why I highly recommend saving before this fight, because you know how dangerous this is. Shade. Nice. Curse. Oh! Oh, that was even better. Yes! First try Morty split. Oh boy, this will be a lot of time save. I'm gonna save like 3 minutes here. Actually over 3. Let's see. Wow, just over 3 minutes saved for a first try Morty. What an interesting start. Hey, here's the ride-on. Like, his NPC sprite's literally fucking blue. Like, you think his shiny is also blue? No, it's some kind of yellowish green. Kimono Girls. My favorite evolution. Okay, so I have 51 HP. Jolteon should be pretty easy. Jolteon should be easy with 51 HP. Now 54 because I level up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fucking hell. Oh my god. God. That is terrifying. I'm actually scared right now. That was really scary. Almost... My croak and I almost fainted. I don't have any extra repels. So, toss antidotes. Teach surf with a water gun. I have any repels, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. That was really good. Really good repellness. Okay, time for the stuff here. I should check. Super potion count. Okay, I have one, so I can put. So I'll buy one. And then super repels. Okay, here we go. Octowel boots. I wasn't supposed to walk into this guy, damn it. So I just hit a standard that I keep forgetting about. I keep forgetting about the standard right here. So I'm gonna have to Poke Center because I won't have enough headbutts. So I hit a standard, and now that means I won't have enough headbutts for Chuck, which is gonna be terrible. Oh boy. I was not supposed to hit this guy. Yeah, I keep doing it. I keep walking into that one standard. I keep making this one mistake. Come on. Stupid cat. And of course, since I pretty much ran out of reasonable headbutts, I will have to Poke Center after Lighthouse. So all I know is I will have to Poke Center. I never get this count correct to avoid having to do it, but I end up having to do it. Because I just can't get the counts. I wasn't supposed to use Surf. It's gonna mess the route further. So I'll definitely have to Poke Center. Alright, can we get by Ernest? Oh my god, we just YOLO'd Ernest. Holy crap. Yes! That was amazing. Alright, I'm gonna Poke Center. I hate trying to bike out of menus. That's really hard. No, wait, what? I was supposed to go get strength. Let's see. Aw, crap. Ah, shit. Shit. Oh, this is really bad. I actually have to go all the way back. I forgot to get strength. I am fucked. I should not be making these mistakes, but I am. I literally fucking forgot. And you can't get Fly yet because you haven't beaten Chuck. That's fucked. Well, we're pretty much losing all our time save, and we're probably only gonna get it back once we get to the radio tower. We're only gonna get it, so I'm pretty much just fucked. Every PB from a noob has the stupidest shit. Now my run here, I forgot to get strength before going to Cianwood. So now I gotta do encounters all the way through. Because I cannot waste super repels. And I just accidentally forgot to go get strength before heading out. All my time save's gone. All my time save is gone. I'm pretty much gonna be behind until I get to Rocket. No, not Rocket. What the fuck am I so stupid? I'm retard incarnate. This is absolutely stupid. I can only blame myself on this. I am literally retard incarnate. I am the fucking retard incarnate. God damn it. Literally all time saves dead. All time saves fucking dead. I used up my super repel for this area, so I don't want to use another one. Because I don't want to run out later. Only fucking retards just make this mistake. God. Perfect way to ruin a run. I was supposed to teach strength, so now I'm kind of screwed here. Actually, I am fucked. I'm actually screwed. I'm actually screwed. Oh my god, I'm actually screwed. I'm actually gonna die. I'm literally at the brink of death here. Look at this. 1 HP. I'm at 1 HP. Good god, I cannot die here. I can't fucking die. No! Oh my god! I'm ruining everything. I'm ruining everything, dude. I'm ruining everything. I am so terrible. Gotta make some complications here. So now I use rare candy. Because I'm literally just evolving the Feraligatr now. And now this means I have to... I'm just gonna have to do another safety center, because I know for sure that I'm fucking this up all again. I keep messing this up every time. Fucking messing everything up. So basically, I'm gonna be behind after Chuck. I'm gonna bike here for bonus points. It's faster to do that. I said I should have rare candied. Would have been the perfect time to rare candy. I just keep embarrassing myself every day. Every day I keep doing this shit. It's embarrassing as hell. So now I'll have to wait for... Alright, I think I'll have to level up. I think I'll level up here, and then I can use Rare Candy before Chuck. Just save it for him, because I know for sure I'm not doing anything right. Yeah. Should be good. Should be good once I get this. So, headbutt strength. Yep, level up. Yeah, I could have probably Rare Candy before the Machops, but whatever. I mean, as a beginner, you want to do this you want a Rare Candy anyway. Anybody in chat? So, considering my stats, I'm gonna have to do 2x attacks here. Because I have 90 of these. So I'm at 1, 2, and I can just... Good. Since I did 2x attacks, I headbutt and strength this Poliwrath. I'm surprised I'm still ahead. God damn. How can I make these mistakes and still be ahead? How can I be ahead after all these mistakes? Jeez. I know I'm terrible at this, but holy hell. Ah, goodness. So let's see. Just gonna buy a full heal. No. we go. We're in this. Ah! Oh my god, at least I stopped right before seeing her. That was a little too much. No, suboptimal. Alright, Gyarados. You know, that Gyarados. So this is what the Lucky Lottery ID Manip is for. Guaranteed catch on the Shiny Gyarados. Because we do have to defeat this Gyarados anyway. Or we could just catch it. And then it makes Lance's comment afterwards out of just straight up confusing. Because he sees the way you battle, like, we just throw a ball at a 20-foot Pokemon and he says that it was just amazing. Considerable skill. Okay. Okay, so a 5 surfs for Magnemite guy. Just because of the fact that I healed like crazy with the Poke Centers. Okay, time for that long part of the game. Before Radio Tower, that is. Damn it! I was supposed to use Surf. Alright, if I need to head with something, I'm gonna have to switch it up. I'll have to see if killing Ditto with Surf will do anything. So here's what I'm gonna do. Since I headbutt 3 times and surfed once, I'm gonna do 1 surf on this guy. I'll just do a headbutt and then I'll surf. So I need to make the count consistent here. Ah, it kills, okay. Alright, back to headbutt. Alright, counts are consistent. Alright, do I have to talk to this guy, or... I had to talk to him. Alright. Small chance you can actually get him to see you while you're walking. Oh, goodness. Marcos was telling you to hail Giovanni. At least this time I know what to do here. Damn. Go. Now during this cutscene, the player character automatically walks to each of the wire paths for the electrodes. But then as soon as it gets to that point, then you gain control. So just hold left. See, I turn frame to the left after facing up. Because it automatically moves you into the spots. No, not moving. Then the cutscene comes in. And escape road. That gold split though. Going for it. Oh! Oh my god, that was sick. YOLO, Douglas. Oh my god, that's great. That was amazing. I didn't even bother to pause, I just wanted to go for this. I had to just go for a YOLO on this. This is one of the hardest fights to YOLO. Or, like, trying to YOLO past Spinner Douglas, that's one of the hardest ones to get around. Because it's pretty much completely random whether he sees you or not. Like, you just have to pray. You just pray. Ah, dinner's ready. Of course during runs I have to literally pause what I'm doing so I can go get my food. I'm not gonna let it stop my splits. Let's see. So this is pretty much gonna be a gold split I likely won't top. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. Alright, I should be able to save a lot of time in Radio Tower, because this time I'm going to know of a technique where I pick up the ether. That is... Oh god, what am I doing with my movement? It's like, I know these areas, but seriously, I don't know how to make my movement... Like, my movement's just so frail. My movement's so frail, it's so sickening to watch. This movement's so hard to watch at times. Get the ether right here. I didn't even know to pick this up during my runs, so I literally lost time having to do some off-center... off-route Poke Centers. Oh my god. I went right past the guy again! Oh my god! I didn't even look! I'll save more time here. I think. Yep. Okay, so I gotta take the safety strat here. Flying to Violet and getting a rare candy before going to Goldenrod again. 2, 3, 4, and 5. I keep going to the top floor without thinking. Hey there. Use it on Sir. Hey there, Lucas. Just doing some Pokemon Gold. Jeez, why does my voice keep cracking 200 times a stream? Alright, now I can rare candy. So I can rare candy level 40 right now. Which is pretty good. I love how the music cuts right there. I just love how the music climaxes right there and then it switches the track. That was beautiful. I've only gotten like 3 runs started in this game. Actually, 4. Like 4 or 5 runs I've started. This one should be okay in terms of the run being alive to the end. This should be good as long as I'm as long as I'm doing safety saves where necessary. I'm gonna gold split by a lot here, just because I didn't have to go back to a Poke Center. This would be great. Okay, this fight's gonna be pretty decisive, so I think I'm gonna have to X Special here. I'll have to start with X Special. My DVs aren't gonna cut this. Oh! That works. Doesn't tell me what other move I can use for Golbat in this case. Whoops. Wrong selection. Alright, I need to save one strength, because I accidentally mismenued. So now I have one strength left. I'm gonna try to save one on the next guy, and I'm gonna save just in case, because I'm gonna use Bite. Like, I'm gonna use Bite instead of Strength. I feel like I could die here, which would be pretty bad. So what I'm going to do, instead of using strength on this person, actually, I'm going to bite. I'm just going to bite until Gloom faints. Oh god. I can't back up being poisoned, can I? Oh no, I could full heal. Okay, it still worked. I just had to use a full heal. Okay, the rest of this should be smooth sailing, even though I'm kind of risking it now. The rest of this should be okay. Just when I needed the strength. That was perfect. That was a good backup. we go? Now back to the radio tower. I'm trying to consider Super Potion, but I think I don't have any more. So if I faint, if I end up losing one of these fights or whatever, I could just fly back to Goldenrod and try this again. So I mean, the Goldenrod marks the last time you go like shopping with Pokédollars. And then the rest of the Pokédollars are just simply there, unless you're trying to go for, unless you want to have some other stuff on you. Oh crap, wait, I have one less Ice Punch now. Oh boy. I have one less Ice Punch than I need. I'm gonna do a save here. I feel like I could lose this now, because I need to save an Ice Punch for the last rocket. What I can do here, I just Surf Arbok, but now I'm going to have to consider something else here. Actually, I will have to Ice Punch this guy. So now I'm going to wonder what I'm going to use to replace the next Ice Punch that I need to use on the final guy. This will be a tough one. Okay, so I think I'll just... Oh no, you can't do... Oh no, you can't pause during that scene. Damn. This is gonna be interesting. I could very easily get knocked out here, and I'll lose the fight. I feel like I can replace... I feel like I can use Return. So I'll return on this guy like I normally would. Isn't this another Vileplume? Actually, I'll do return on this. Oh my god, it doesn't kill. Better hope I don't run out of returns. In fact, I think I'm gonna run out for Claire, which will be a problem. I'm very likely gonna run out of returns for Claire. I'm very likely this will happen. doing this. Hey, Roy. Kind of in an iffy situation with the PowerPoint routing. So I'm kind of in a strange PowerPoint route here. Because, like, I had to use an extra return on one of the trainers here. So I'm not sure how I'm going to handle this. Because I need to be able to have enough to go all the way through Claire. Once I get through Ice Path. I don't feel safe. Okay. I just have huge contemplations if I'm trying not to hit any standers. I already encountered one stander. As in I hit one of the standers in the lighthouse. Oh, good lord. Oh wait, no, I need my Ice Path guide. Oh, jeez. I need a guide for this. I always cough after eating dinner. I don't know why, but it's always been like this for years. I've always been like this. Like, whenever I eat actual good food, like, my throat starts bubbling. Swarso! I have to bring up the guide I need. I need a guide for this. I have to pull up a map guide for this, because I cannot I cannot figure this out in my brain. Because it's these movement puzzles, and I need to save my super repels. Like, I have to use Lembox's guide, which has pictures for how to do this. And of course my PC's already been loaded up quite a bit. So I have to pause here until I get this up. Okay, here we go. I wasted a bunch of steps. This means I have to deal with a bunch of encounters because I want to save my super repels. And I made these mistakes many times. This is the last one you would typically use. Alright, now... I just need to make sure I'm carefully moving around here because I don't want to run through this puzzle several times. And I am already terrible at this puzzle. Yep, I knew I was not able to think correctly here. That's why I saved. God damn it, I'm not thinking properly. Okay, now back to my other notes. What's wrong, so? Alright, now I gotta spam return on everybody. Except for Dragonairs, which you Ice Punch. Otherwise you spam return. In the guide here, it's just weird. Like it says, like, return all the Dratini's. It made me think there was like some kind of rescue quest because, of course, you combine a move name into a sentence and it just doesn't work. I think the PowerPoint route is... I think this should still work. I should have enough returns to go through the whole thing. And saying should be able to is a bit of a stretch because I don't know if this will actually work. Because I might now be one low in the return count. Because you would have to pretty much use all of them. Actually, I think my count is going to be too low for this to work. I think this guide has you use all 20 returns, and I had to use an extra one to back up a missing Ice Punch. this will be a little weird. Depending on what I can do, I can maybe replace one with Surf. I might be able to replace one of the returns with Surf, but I know not in this gem I can do that. Not during this gem I can do that. Because it's optimal to return. So I think what I'll have to do is... let's see... I think I'll have... like, the last return you used on the Espeon guy right before the particular house that you can use to fully heal up. So now I'm curious what I could try here. Oh my god! No! No, this won't work either. I have to do every risk. Oh my god, I think I butchered the run. I think I butchered the run. I think I butchered it. I think the run has died. Please hit. Please kill. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna have to go all the way back and do an off-route Poke Center, because otherwise I'll die to Dragonair, because I don't have any Ice Punches. I literally have no Ice Punches or Strengths remaining, so I'll have to go all the way through here again. So, massive time loss. This is so hard for me to work with, because I'm really bad at this kind of management. Like, I know in Gen 1 I have almost no problem, because the route is super optimized, because you're using a single particularly manipulated Nidoking, and pretty much everybody runs with that same Nidoking, so you can pretty much get a hint of, like, what exactly you do at what time. But, like, without manipulating the Totodile, you kind of have, like, a hit-and-miss scenario with what you can try for, like, movements, buying items out of the Goldenrod Mart. Basically, depending on what your Totodile stats are. Ah, no encounters, perfect. That was a great backup. More Dragon Gyms in the entire series? I swear, this is like one of the few that are even there. Like, this is one of the only Dragon-type dungeons known in the Pokemon series. I have never played Gen 5, 6, and 7, so I don't know if there's any other Dragon Gyms. Or, in the case of Gen 7, Trials. So, we'd have to wait and see. Like, what could possibly come out of the 2019 Pokemon title. Having no Ice Punches here was a problem. Late game in Generation 7. Is it Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon late game, or is it just regular Sun and Moon? Or is it both? I'm thinking it's just both games, because I know Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon has Rainbow Giovanni. Or heck, if I can even think correctly, maybe even Rainbow Rockets. I don't know. Now here, I don't split until I go to Dragon's Den and get the Dragon Fang, so Claire will give me the badge here. Because Claire cannot accept that she's been defeated by us, so what you end up having to do is actually get Dragon Fang out on Dragon's Den, and then, once you do that, she will give you the badge. I think in Pokemon Crystal or whatever it was, there's some kind of questionnaire you would have to answer. First time I get a Magikarp. 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 At least I'll save time in this little part after Claire. Because this time I knew exactly where I was supposed to head. I kinda got myself lost. Now we got the Dragon Fang, then Claire will come in. Like, Claire will pop in out of nowhere and give us the badge now. I don't think I'll gold split this. Wow, I actually still gold split despite having to go all the way out to a Poke Center. What the hell? Like, my run's so unoptimized, that's stupid. Get a gold split in that segment alone. I feel like I wasted over half a minute. I feel like I actually wasted more than half a minute. Because I had to walk all the way out the gym to go to the Poke Center, and then walk all the way back in and back over to Claire. I wasted over a minute. So I have one return left, and I'm gonna use it on Executes. Do I have any Ice Punch? Oh yeah, I could just Ice Punch. I can just Ice Punch because I went to a Poke Center. Or rather, without the center healing, I would have only had like one left for this. If I didn't have the Poke Center, I would have only had one return left at that point. So since I healed, I can pretty much just go right through like I have everything and just run my way over. I'm not confident in biking around all over here, so I just surf. How many encounters will I get this time? One. It's one encounter. Two. Two in the water and now a third one. Because I didn't time my super repel at the right moment. So I lose it pretty early. This is the Espeon guy. So whatever. Since I had a heal in a Poke Center just before I was about to battle Claire, I can just return Espeon like I normally do. Heal in the house up here, and then just head on my way. Oh my god! You cannot be any more serious. The bike shop calls right as I'm about to head in. Oh my god. As soon as I was about to enter. God damn. And I hit Joyce immediately. I think I've hit Joyce on every run I've done so far. I've hit Joyce on every run that I've done so far up to here, which this is my third actual run to here. Even the world record holder Gunny Maniac hit Joyce in this run. And that was the only spinner he hit, which was way too fucking crazy. Alright, time to bike. The AI, depending on the Pokemon types, are just questionable. And then again, the Surf is Blastoise's most powerful move as far as I'm concerned. Because you would take into account the same type attribute bonus that Blastoise would get, because Surf is water, Blastoise is water type. But there's some worse stuff. Like some AI will actually like lock in a way. Like in the red fight, Pikachu will continuously spam Thunder. If it hits it once, which is 70% chance, it will keep hitting you with it until it misses. It'll keep spamming until it misses. And once it misses, it will likely use Charm, and then it may decide to Thunder again. If it can hit with Charm, it'll very likely just spam Charm. Which, since you have Guard Spec at that point, it literally does nothing to you. It only helps aid in the setup, so that way you don't have to spend all your full restores. But it is possible you could lose all your full restores without getting killed by Pikachu. And it really sucks, because it would be a 2% chance that it would even happen. Which would mean having Thunder hit over 10 times in a row without any crits before you can even set up for Pikachu. Which is absolutely terrible. And of course that's going to be in over an hour when we actually get to Red again. My attack DV's not high enough to use Return on Rapidash. I would need at least 11 attack DVs to try using Return on Rapidash. Do I have a rock type on me? In the 80% Glitchless route, you actually run through the whole game with Totodile. You run through the whole game with Totodile. You go all the way with Alligator. That's literally what you do. It's pretty much been like this since the very beginning of the game's meta. Since the start of the meta, That's pretty much how it goes. Okay. This should be fine. Okay. Meganium's face in this. Meganium just gives you that really weird stare. Gold splitting coming. Okay. I'm just gonna get a hyper potion for my sake. Yeah, I'm just gonna have a hyper potion there. What do I have? Okay. Oh, I was supposed to buy 11 full restores on top of that. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. At least I bought the hyper potion. Next special. Yep. And this isn't even the end of the game yet. Because then we have to sweep Kanto. I need to go back and get 4 restores after this. After Elite 4, I have to come back here really quick. That would be a lot of time loss. Because I'm supposed to get 4 restores. I'm supposed to buy 11 full restores on top of the 11 max repels. And the 4 restores are mainly there for when you go to Battle Red, because it'll let you heal out of any thunder that Pikachu hits you with, unless it crits, which will kill immediately. can't believe I'm going with this. Because I have to go get full restores later because I accidentally forgot to buy them here. So I think I'll have to quickly fly back once I beat Elite 4, get them, and then immediately head back to Professor Elm and just continue on with the rest of the stuff. No, I'm not supposed to return! Fuck! 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 Ah! I'm not gonna have enough returns. Fuck. Fuck. I don't know how I'm gonna sacrifice this. I think what I'll have to do is replace one of the returns with strength and see how that goes. Actually, I'm gonna try here while I have the chance. Strength, and I'm gonna ice punch. It's doing that thing. Okay, we've recovered it. Okay, I still have my return now. I'm poisoned. No! Jesus. How am I gonna work this out? Well, whatever, I could just full restore. So, I'm gonna have to full heal immediately out of this. I don't know why I keep overreacting to this, but I could just full heal. Because I can just full heal and I'll be fine. Because it'll get rid of my status element. So, I'm gonna save before Lance, which means I'll save as soon as I can after beating Karen. And then I gotta remember, after Lance, I gotta go buy full restores before I actually head out to the SS Aqua. So, I'll have to work that out then. It's 1, 2, and now I just spam return. Ice Punch if surfed Rapidash, in which I did surf Rapidash. So for Onyx, I'll have to Ice Punch Onyx. And then I can just continue the routing off of that. And I should be able to get through the Elite 4, and then I gotta remember I have to immediately head out, get some full restores before I actually continue with the rest of the game. Because, forgetting to buy that means I'm gonna lose a lot of time. This will basically mean I have to burn a fly after beating Johto. Which is not pretty. I think I can fly right back. So I'll have to see how this goes. Alright, Ice Punch. Shoga Coke. Wait, what the fuck? You know what I find kind of interesting? Both Koga and Bruno from the Gen 1 games. Koga was a gym leader back then. Now he's an Elite 4 member. And then looking over here, Bruno is also in the Elite 4 here. I got an X accuracy now. Alright, I'm gonna save before Lance, and I'll see how it goes. Because Lance is Lance is questionable in terms of the chance of you living the fight. Wonder what happened to Agatha. See, this is what I wonder, like, what happened to her and Lorelei from the first generation's Elite Four? I wonder what happened to those two. Because it never mentions them. It never mentions them in this game. Nor in Crystal. I have 5 surfs. I can literally just make this work. So I'll have 3 surfs for the rest of for Lance. And I'm only gonna need 2 of them. Unless Ancient Powers boost, which then I would have to use Ice Punch instead. So it should be fine. Should be fine once I save. Okay. This is gonna be stupid. Okay, so Gyarados Hyper Beams around 40 to 52, max roll 52 on 0 DV. If in Hyper Beam range, use an HP healing item. If not, and Gyarados uses Hyper Beam, use an XP to Aerodactyl. If I'm not in the range, I'll just have to see if it uses Hyper Beam here. If it does, I'll have to X-Speed. Okay, I'm good. I'm probably still gonna heal just in case for Aerodactyl. So here's what I'm gonna do. Actually, since I don't have 4 restores on me, what I'll do is, I have a Hyper Potion with me, so what I'll do is, for Aerodactyl, I'm gonna start with that. Okay, here comes Hyper Beam. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? God damn it. I always die to Lance. I've died to Lance on every run. At least once. Every run I've died to Lance. And had to do a reset. So now I'm going into a full HP. If this doesn't fucking do it, I don't know what will. I could seriously just save 2 minutes if I didn't die to Lance, but I keep dying to him just because of bullshits. This time it wasn't even the Aerodactyl that got me, it was the fucking Dragonite that was level 50 because it managed to get a high roll with its Hyper Beam. It managed the high roll Hyper Beam, which was so stupid. I could easily sub 3 Lance, this is so stupid. This is very stupid. This is so stupid. I could have easily sub 3'd on Lance here. Nope. Nope. I can't. I'm too bad at video games. I didn't think that Dragonite even did that much without even critting. This would have been an easy sub 3. God damn it. This would have been an easy sub 3, Lance. I lost like 2 minutes from that death. This happens to me every damn time. This literally happens to me every damn time. And I've battled Lance in runs 3 times now. In terms of like 3 individual runs. All of them I died at least once. Like, I'm gonna be stuck having second try Lance fights. This is absolutely what causes me to be such a terrible runner. No wonder why I couldn't PB in red for months. I remember being too shit to even PB in red. And I still gold split that by a lot. What the hell? Well, at least I didn't die in Aerodactyl this time, so it helped a little bit. Okay. Now, in previous runs, I used to take a credits break here. Like, just let the credits sit while I go and do other stuff, but I think I need the extra time save from not going to the credits screen. So what you can do is that immediately after it saves, you can just soft reset so you don't have to go through the Hall of Fame and credit sequence. Like, back in the day, you used to have to do that because, well, nobody really thought you would actually have to. You could actually simply just soft reset. Now what I could do here if I really want to risk losing 3 hours to a corrupted save file is that I could time a count right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Wait, can't I get full restores elsewhere? Oh god. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Oh boy. So I don't know where else I can get full restores. Can anyone tell me like where in Kanto I can get full restores? Really quick, so I can maybe deviate off of one of the gym routes. I can't even fly back to Elite 4. I can't even fly back to Elite 4, which is the real problem. I need full restores for Red. So I think in this case I would actually have to go for a 4-charm Pikachu all the way at the end of the run, which is going to be super fucking terrible. Because I know very well that like the odds of getting 4-charm Pikachu are so low that it's embarrassing. It's really low. So it's like like Roy could only in the Indigo Pot. Shit! Oh boy. Oh shit. Oh my god. Where can I get hyper potions or whatever? Like, can I only get those in the Indigo Plateau, or could I just find some other mart and get some, like, super hyper potions? Because I can't fly back to the Indigo Plateau without manually going all the way through Victory Road, through Blackthorn. I would have to go all the way through there, and then through Victory Road, get all the way over to the Indigo Plateau itself. Can you just quickly Google where I can get some, like, which marts in Kanto have, like, hyper potions and stuff? Because I'm gonna need those for Pikachu in substitution. So I'm gonna need to know this right now because I'm not in a good spot. I'm pretty much in a spot where I'd have to go for a perfect Pikachu fight in order to even finish the run. Which means I'd have to keep resetting until I get a perfect fight. Because if I want to work off of getting thundered once by Pikachu, then the issue I would have then is Snorlax. But if we can get past Snorlax, then I should be good for the rest of the fight. Celadon, Saffron, and Vermilion. Perfect. We actually head out to Vermilion. Oh yeah, I can go to Indigo Plateau there. I'll just go for some hyper potions then. Now, where's the oh, it's over down here. Okay. I'm gonna go get a bunch of hyper potions in substitution. Perfect. Okay, so bike to Rock Tunnel, so it's gonna be over to the right. Yeah, over here. I need to pull up my other map so I can see where I'm navigating in Rock Tunnel. I need to know that. I have my other map coming up, so after this guy, actually I could just navigate to the map right now while I'm at it. Okay, so I have the first two parts loaded up. So the route can still work perfectly fine. Even with just hyper potions, it'll still work. It's just I need to stop hesitating so much. Alright, now I need to... Alright, here's the map, so... Oh, I biked right onto the ladder. Great. Whoops. Okay. You literally navigate this in the pitch dark. You actually have to navigate this in the pitch dark. Alright. So I have my hyper potions now, so I'll be perfectly fine for the rest of the game now. That was a pretty ridiculous backup for me to come up with after forgetting to get the full restores in the Indigo Plateau. That was pretty crazy. Whoops. Okay. Fight Celadon, go to Erica's gym. Blep. I mean, I think no matter how many HP, no matter if you have all 15 HP DVs, I don't think, like, Frogger can get too far past 200 with how the leveling goes here. Because with the safe rare candy stuff you can do, you could get up to level 64 before Charizard. And even then, you won't have too much HP above 200, so Hyper Potions would be a perfect substitution. Okay, so if I had 10 plus attack DVs here, I would use Return, and if it doesn't kill, Strength. But I have 9, so I'll Ice Punch. You would Ice Punch if you had low attack. So it gets rid of him. Oh boy. This will be a pretty stressful hour. He had two... I'm lucky he had 2 screens active. So you're playing Minecraft. Oh god. Oh boy. Fearful Ferret. Isn't he one of those troll tubers when it comes to Minecraft? I've never heard of that name. Oh wait, I take that back, sorry, I just read your next comments. So it's like he pulls like a lot of shenanigans that are like glitches in a way, or whatever it is. I would assume that he's you're telling me he's a glitch hunter. Or just really messes around with a lot of glitches in the game. Yes! That was beautiful. Whew! I dodged the spinner. Well, I don't think I'll be able to beat this split anytime soon. Unless I do some other stuff. It's gonna be very unlikely I'll beat this split, just because of how well done that part was. Or rather, since this is only my third run to Sabrina, or my third actual run going in, so it's like I still have a little more I can do with the improvements. But even then, this is pretty much how exactly you want a Sabrina gym split to go. Not hitting any of the spinners, which include Rebecca. Rebecca's one of the last serious spinners. He actually uses specific coordinates and such, using a specific seed. What the hell? Wrong house. There we go. So he uses the scene and repeats the same action so he memorizes them. Oh boy. Time for Nugget Bridge. I don't think I have to battle that rocket member there. Nugget Bridge in this game, with this kind of setting, is actually just as easy as it is in Pokemon Red. But that's unless you're Nidoking has low HP from getting sand attacked in the rival fights. That's all I can say. Oh, it was a crit. Oh, I know that. I know, never mind. What the hell was I thinking? There's two Pokemon you surf twice. What the hell was I thinking? Oh god. I need to stop laughing so much. Out of nowhere, I just like... I don't know what's with me, it's like... It's like I see certain things, I don't know, and whatever. I just feel like I'm gonna start giggling. Hydro pump, don't learn hydro pump. It's so funny. I'm looking at my notes for the fifth trainer on the Nugget Bridge. He has a Nidoking. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. It's just let you know. That's all you need to know. He's got a Nidoking. That's it. And you foul up him in one punch. Wait. What the fuck, YouTube? Like, wait. This message is held for review. What the? How is the word LUL? Why does this mean that the message has to be held for review? That's super stupid of YouTube's parts. What the hell? What have they done? Dude, what are you doing with the lulz? Stop. Jesus. And we're at trainer number 5, so you know what this means. Oh god. Stop fucking... Just get your shit together. Get your shit together, Larvae. Stop it. This man would marry Nicky. This man would marry Anita King. That's gay. You never realize that's gay in this case. You're trying to drag some stupid combo into this. Holy sheets of paper, what are you doing? Except I probably would still marry the Nidoking anyways. Because there is a thing called ambiguous gender. And I hope that doesn't get me taken down. Hello there, I am Speedrunner. I'm just finishing up Nugget Bridge. Now we're about to crash Misty's date. Alright, time to crash the date. Yep, we don't have to battle that rocket grunt at start. Honestly, if I can say anything, this run's not very good. I forgot to get strength before heading to Cianwood for the Chuck split. Which already cost me more than 3 minutes. So if anything, this run could like, I don't know what this run could even be. If the run ain't good, blame RNG. I'm honestly this much of a beginner with the game that I can pretty much only blame myself for like forgetting stuff and making the run a little worse, because like I forgot strength before surfing the Cianwood, which meant I had I surfed all the way and then I forgot I needed strength to even go through the puzzle in Chuck's gym, so I had to surf all the way back and get strength, then surf again. But this time I couldn't waste any super repels. Because I already used up the one that I would normally use. And honestly, I only started learning this game last week. So if that teaches you anything, I am not anywhere near good at this. Like, I could definitely get sub 4. And plus, I never thought I would actually run this game to begin with, because this game, like, my first run of this was just over 6 hours. It was actually about 6 hours, 24 minutes. And then this was my next, and then my next run was 4 hours and 10 minutes. I don't think I need to surf to get that, but... Wait, super repel, and then teleport. Okay, give machine part to director. And then just continue on. Running platinum, huh? I swear, isn't platinum, depending on the category, like 3+ hours? In fact, isn't it 4+ hours if you're doing, like, some other category for it? Like 80%, I think 80% glitchless is like 3.5 hours. Or whatever it was. Isn't there a category for platinum that's over 5 hours? Like some, like round 2 or whatever? Isn't there a round 2 category for platinum? Or whatever it was from Gen 4? I know Gen 5 has challenge mode, and man, like, that's a pretty interesting speed game. I keep talking to this person. You don't even need to talk to the lady at the counter. You simply just have to talk to this guy. It's around 3 hours. Okay, so it does have a round 2. That was only just Fire Red that had a round 2 category. Alright. Vermilion. Tried buffering too hard there. Yeah, Worcester pretty much goes for world records in a lot of these newer titles. Well, at least Gen 4 or whatever. Like, I know he's going after Octopath Traveler now, but... No, I'm supposed to use return here. I was supposed to use return there. Because I have non-attacked EV. And I didn't hit Rebecca spinners, so I'm good there. Chubby Chew. the Game Boy player. Now, I used to own one. In terms of, like, I have some GameCubes lying around and I have a Game Boy player. But I don't have a capture card and I don't have a TV to use them for. So I pretty much just use emulator. In fact, all of the games that I submit in terms of runs are emulated. In terms of, like, I just emulate everything. It'd be pretty nice if I had the original hardware in terms of a Game Boy player. When I was, like, I actually have the Pokemon Silver cartridge. I don't own Pokemon Gold, but I have Pokemon Silver. But the batteries on those are dead, so if I have to reset for anything, my save data would just immediately get wiped out. Because the batteries on those things are dead. I was supposed to use Super Repel just before actually reaching the Snorlax. I used it right as I head out there. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle this now. Gotta tune in. Okay. I can't reverse swap the frequency, so you can just go right to the Pokeflute station. You have to hold up until you can even get into it. I don't want to waste steps here, because... it's important these step counters are good. Alright. Okay, so here, because I have low attack EV, I would use Surf here. The question is, how many Surfs do I even have? I have never been able to look at this. 8, so... honestly, I'd be perfectly fine for Brock. Is this my favorite Generation Pokemon? I feel like Generation 1's more my favorite, mainly because a lot of my favorite Pokemon come from Gen 1. Like, some from Gen 2, some come from 3. Actually 2 from Generation 4, because there's Crobat and Gliscor. None from 5, none from 6, none from 7, because I don't know what anything is past Gen 4. And plus, this is a lot more difficult to run than Gen 1 will ever be. Like, as much as Gen 1 is stupid difficult in terms of like speedrunning for like really top times, like sub 150 or whatever, I can't imagine what it's like for Pokemon Yellow, because like the Pokemon Yellow speedrunning grinds are more ridiculous than Pokemon Red. Just because that game is more ridiculous. He likes Gen 1 because Big Purple Mewtwo. What the fuck kind of excuse are you making? What kind of excuse is that? Seriously, there's also Rhydon, Kangaskhan, and... I did not mean to talk to Brock again. Damn it. Damn it, Wallpaper, what have you done to me? And there's also Lord Helix. Okay, No encounters? Okay. I need to pick up max ether. Because I'll have to use it on return. Okay, don't hit any standards. I know I can't fly over to Palatown in this case. Also, I have no more super repels. Oh yeah, Sentra. Where were you at the start of the game over 3.5 hours ago? I was trying to catch you. Except you didn't show up. Wait, no, I'm not supposed to go into that house yet. Oh yeah, I was supposed to max repel. Okay, we're fine. That always gets me. So, anyway, I'm just being serious here. If I really liked Gen 1 just because of Nidoking, the Nidoking would be like be part of my screen name on Discord and whatever instead of, you know, Larvitar. And plus, I don't know what kind of good name I can make using like Nidoking combining the star thing from Eurostar Larvitar. I'm supposed to go up, I gotta go down, and about. Larvy King? You want me to try fusing that after this run's over, right? Because I feel like I want to see how that goes. In fact, you could just try it for yourself and see what you can get. Like, just switch around Larvitar and Nidoking and just see, like... I don't know what would work, anyway. Some fusions just look so ridiculously creepy. Like, any of the ones where they fuse Kangaskhan, like, as in, like, the main body's Kangaskhan, and they just put some other Pokemon on top of that, like, it just makes it it makes it more ridiculous that the baby Kangaskhan is just looking at its quote-unquote fused mother, just wondering what the hell happened. I wasn't even looking at my notes too well here. A Japanese Larvitar with 5 IVs. That's still around? Oh, I know, that's... I know, I keep thinking of the global trading system all the way back. Wait, no, I know, gotta surf again. Gotta surf one more time so I can get to J9. I didn't know what to expect from my mistakes there. None of these guys will actually directly see you. Like, you would talk to these traders and see who's the right one. Except we just talked to this one, and there you go. Immediately get to fight the gym leader. Alright, spam return. And I have hyper potions that are perfect for the rest of this. I feel like if this pace keeps up, it could be somewhat decent for a run. Like if I end up getting first try red, I could if I get like a first try perfect red, then sub 350 would just be so out of the question. But even then, my reset on red was super fast, so there's no way I can sub 350 from this. Best I could get is like a 351. I could get a 351 at best here if I get perfect red fight first try. But honestly, as long as I'm just getting PBs and finishing runs, it lets me know how to handle late game and everything. And I think that's just the beauty of learning speedruns. Like you get to see how to fully handle the game. Alright, time for blue. I feel like I should be saving here, but honestly, I'd be completely fine at this point, no matter what happens. Alright, so I have to X speed here to start because I have low speed. And now I have to X attack 3 times. So it's 1, 2, 3. Jesus, that crit. I thought 80% would just be finishing Elite 4. Well, this is how the Pokemon speedrunning community, like, decided where time ends. And, like, pretty much all categories of... all Gen 2 categories literally end after defeating Red. Because that's the final actual part of the game. And, like, beating Johto's pretty much only the beginning in this case. And then comes the real part of the run where you're going into cancer, just sweeping everybody. Then again, there actually is an 90% category for Gold and Silver where you simply beat the Elite Four, but it's only a category for the Japanese version of the game. The English version has you beat the whole game, including Red. Dab. Damn it, what do I do? I was out of Sir, so I had to Ice Punch the Dabster. And I forgot to mention that this guy dabs before dabbing was an actual thing. Oh, that doesn't kill. Whatever. I love how Rhydon's sprite here is a fucking dab. He literally just dabs. Remember, this game came out back in 2000. Dabbing was popularized in 2016, I believe. I think 2016 it was popularized. In fact, like when I Google image like right on dab, I can find like 5 of them featuring him dabbing. I can even find a Kangaskhan dab. I'm not even kidding. I can find Kangaskhan dabbing on DeviantArt. It's an actual thing. Why that exists is beyond me. Alright, time to talk to Oak and finish up the rest of the game. Like, here's the thing, with Rhydon's Silver Sprite, he looks entirely different in terms of the pose he has. And in Crystal, there's him like spinning his drill horn. I used my max repel, so I meant to hit up 2, not up 1. I just flew right back into Pallet Town. Okay, there we go. Alright, I need my other map guide because this is the second area in the game where you go in pitch black. And it's awful. Am I gonna run out here? Okay. Guide. Okay, I'm going my first left, so that's and that's. Whoops. Spurs Resource Kangaskhan does dab? What the fuck? Who made that? Who made those sprites? Okay, I need to scroll up again. Okay. Seriously, if there was a Nidoking dabbing, I swear, there's just something not right. I can find Tyranitar dab art, but I can't find Nidoking to complete it. Alright. Pray for charm. Okay. Guard spec. First turn, got thundered. So I have guard spec on. Oh boy. I have to wait for him to miss. He has to miss, or I can't set up. That's 2 thunders. 3. Oh my god. Fuck. Now I have to get paralysis and hope Pikachu charms twice so I can set up again. Oh god. 4. 4 thunders in a row. There's worse. Like, you can thunder away all your 4 restores, and then there's nothing you can do. And this has a 70% chance to hit. Okay. Paralysis. Oh no, I can't get rid of it. Damn. I'll see if I can work with this. So X speed. Fuck. If I had full restores, I would have been fine, but I had to go for hyper potions, so... Being paralyzed means I'm pretty much going to have to work with paralysis for the rest of the fight. Okay, now we got an X attack. 1. 2. Okay, good. Okay, I have to work with paralysis here. Because I didn't have 4 restores. So this is going to be an interesting situation. I could have bought 4 restores, but... I feel like sometimes you gotta take the risk. Oh my god, it went first. So, Venusaur went first. That's a death! Knew it. God damn it. I put an X speed on Feraligatr. How did Venusaur go first? Was it just because I was paralyzed? I could sub 4 if Pikachu stops being a jerk. It could still sub 4 if Pikachu stops being a jerk. So I have Guard Spec and X Speed. I just have to get the 2X attacks on. This won't end well. Damn it! Paralysis pretty much makes me get hit by Venusaur. I just made this much worse than it should have. Seriously, Pikachu's just being an ass. Last time, he didn't even thunder me once. Here, he's just going all in. Again. Good. 1. Good. 2. Yes! Yes! There we fucking go. So this is gonna be a 355 if this... So this should be a 355. Being paralyzed means that I lose speed, which means Venusaur goes first. Oh, that crit too! Oh my. Okay, this should be a 355. The last two Pokemon here I could crit are Snorlax and Blastoise. I can maybe even crit Charizard, but seriously, getting 4 return crits in a row, like, how would you even get it anyway? Maybe a crit? I don't know if this is gonna go 355. I think it will. I'm not gonna have much time after Charizard. I can be guaranteed it if I crit Charizard. Otherwise, I'm just barely gonna miss 355. Okay, I have 2 returns, so... Nope, no 355. If it crit, it would've. Pikachu, you motherfucker. That Pikachu. That Pikachu is so ruthless. That's an aggressive Pikachu. Whatever, it's sub 4. Still pretty terrible. I had to go to 3 off-route Poke Centers this time. Pikachu runs. This is my worst Pikachu fight that I've had yet, and I've only done 3 full runs in this game. Just to wait until I start getting to like sub 330 or whatever, and then I'll have to really start dealing with Red's Pikachu, deciding if my run lives or not. Still good stuff. Is it possible to sub 330? The world record is 3:13:46 by Gunner Maniac. So if that tells you anything, I could potentially get to like 320x at some point, but like with the official like with the guide I'm using, you can actually get top 10, which I think is sub 320. So with this guide, I could get somewhere around top 10 if I really push it. The end. Sub 4. Look at my DVs. They were actually kind of okay. Except, like most of my DVs were actually okay. Yeah, provided if I remember everything and just go for pretty much every possible risk, I could get sub 320.